He came to meet me with exuberance, like a schoolboy who comes running into the classroom and slides to a stop, delighted to be summoned and happy to share. That's where my conversation with John Lennon began. He'd like you to understand that this attitude he's demonstrating, this energy, is what has been forgotten, the sheer exuberance of being alive. So come and join me now as we settle in for an introspective, impactful conversation from the afterlife with the one and only John Lennon. Don't take your life for granted because it can be gone in an instant. Live fully, live productively, live meaningfully. There is a greater purpose to this brief earth stint, and that's the great mystery you must solve before the game ends. Yes, game. Be playful, be curious. Look for answers to the great mysteries. You can make your life as impactful as you choose. Make a plan and work it. What would you like to accomplish before you meet your maker? Find balance between navel gazing and action. Introspection is a wonderful thing. Most folks don't do it enough, but it must be balanced with action. Otherwise, what's the point? Our connection feels tenuous. I'm getting fits and starts. Is that for me or you, John? He says he doesn't want to be called John because that's no longer who he is. Instead, he'd prefer to be known as he who was John. I'm no longer that man. John was too limited. I'm an unlimited energy being, capable of greater wisdom and vision. No ego or judgment there. Rather, an explanation for the difference I feel from my present perspective. Ah, you have no idea how liberating it is to be free of a body. He demonstrates by flitting around like a firefly, pure joyous energy and freedom. You people need to get over mourning my death. It was simply my time, a bit more dramatic than your average departure. Still, it was all in divine perfect timing. When your clock runs down, it's over. The way you exit is a triviality. He's really bugged about the mourning part, almost like sacrilege, because when you're caught up in the mourning, you're overlooking the triumph of that life. He was quite pleased with his accomplishments. He was also at peace within himself. After decades of searching for meaning, he found it. No, his life wasn't perfect, but it was his. It fit with his aspirations, and he had a really great time from the big picture perspective. Yes, there were wild days of carefree abandon. Truthfully, more people would benefit from having that opportunity. He's grateful that his path allowed for that experience. No, he wasn't perfect. He could be quite hard on himself. At times, it felt like he was all wound up with energy cord attachments. He longed to disconnect from everything, to just be and nurture his creative muse. There was so much more he wanted to say. He's proud to share that he mentors young musicians from time to time, whispering inspiration and encouragement to them in their dreams. I'd like to remind you that you're present on Earth during this time of unrest and revolution because you chose to be. No one made you. It was totally your choice. In fact, there are many souls who also wanted to come, but opportunities were limited. That being the case, you might want to consider making the most of this opportunity. Shit a brick and let the crap go. Find the joy in your days. Dig deep and let the love flow. It's all about love, baby. Sing it with me now. All you need is love. How interesting that he ended our conversation with that song. If you've been present at any of my live streams, you might have noticed that song has been showing up a lot because the angels feel we can't hear it enough. Love really is the answer to what ails our world. John is delighted and honored that his song has become a sort of theme song for the angels. You might have noticed this conversation is shorter than my typical afterlife conversation. Well, there's a reason for that. So now let me share with you the rest of the story. Not long ago, I was talking with Helen from Irish Granny Tarot. She asked if I'd make contact with John because she had a lot of questions. As it happens, October 9th is John's birthday. What perfection, as if the planets aligned. In observance of John's birthday, we met on her channel for some Q&A. So head on over to Irish Granny Tarot for a deep dive into the psyche of he who was John.